Okay, so we're doing depreciation, how to compute it. We've done straight line, we've done units of activity, and now we're doing the method that's set up totally differently from both of those, double declining balance. We're going to deal with the same truck. It costs $32,000. It has an estimated life of 4 years, estimated salvage value of $2,000. So when we're setting up for double declining balance, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have each year, so it's a 4-year life, so year 1, 2, 3, and 4. We start with the book value, and the first year's book value is the cost. So the first year's book value is $32,000. To compute the depreciation expense, we need to come up with a depreciation rate. And in order to do that, this is double declining balance, which means that it's twice the straight line rate. Okay, so if you've got a 4-year life, that means straight line, you'd be taking 1/4 each year, okay? Times 2 equals 2/4, which equals 50%. So our depreciation rate is 50%, okay? So we take the straight line. If you have a 4-year life, that's 1/4 each year times 2, gives you 2/4, which equals 50%. So that's how we get the rate. If you had a 5-year life, you go 1/5, whoops, and then you have to double that, so you get 2/5, okay, and that comes out to what, 40%. Okay, so you have to, that's your basic method for getting the rate. Okay, so we're going to go 32,000 times 50, we're going to take the book value times the rate, so our first year's depreciation expense will be 16,000, which means our accumulated depreciation is 16,000. So if we were going to show it on the balance sheet right now, we'd have truck less accumulated depreciation of 16,000, which means we would have a book value of 32 minus 16, which would give us 16,000, okay? So now, starting the next year, our book value, starting year 2, 16,000, we're going to go times the rate of 0.5, which would give us 8,000 depreciation expense for year 2. Okay, so now we've got 16 plus 8, our accumulated depreciation is up to 24,000. Okay, so now if we had to go back over here, we have our truck at 32 minus the 24,000 gives us our book value now of 8,000. Okay, so going into year 3, 8,000 times 50%, we get 4,000. So now we're up to 28,000. Okay, so if we go 32 minus 28, year 4 book value, we're down to 4,000. So depreciation expense would be, this is all, just times that 0.5, times that 0.5, just so you, that's 0.5. Just so you can see what happened there. And so now we're up to 30,000. Okay, so let's notice a couple of things here. When we start with the book value, we start with the book value. We do not deduct the salvage value at the top of the problem. Remember, with straight line and units of activity, we would go the cost less the salvage, and that would be our depreciable base, and then we do our computations. Double declining balance, we don't do that. We start with the book value and we depreciate down to the salvage value. Because we've depreciated down to 30,000, that leaves us, we've depreciated down to the, the 2,000 salvage value, okay? So we depreciated 30 and we're gonna do that. Okay, so if you wanted to, sort of record this on T accounts, I kind of do this different ways so that it, might make sense to you. The accumulated depreciation year 1 would have been 16,000. Okay, year 2 we would have taken 8,000 more. Year 3, we would take the 4,000, and year 4, the 2,000. So our accumulated depreciation at the end of the life of the truck comes out to 30,000. Okay, so that's your double declining balance. And key points to remember: you're starting with the book value. You have to be able to figure out the double declining rate, which is going to be twice the straight line rate. And then the rest is fairly mechanical. Okay, so there's your double declining balance. Okay.